Good afternoon. Welcome. We are on Chamber Vibes, Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce coming at you. We have got a great guest today. So excited for Renee Adrian with Fast Signs. Oh my goodness. She is going to bring it. I mean, we've got some great information. This is Wendy Gaylor. I'm coming at you today. I wanted to start off and introduce Renee. They've been in business for quite some time here in the Forest area and in Bedford County. And we wanted to focus this month, Chamber Vibes, on how the businesses were surviving and get tips for communicating exactly what each business did then and now. And so then being in 2020, now for 2021, as businesses were coming out of the crisis mode and moving into not quite thriving mode, but coming out of what we were in 2020, still making the changes. We're talking about, instead of pivoting, swivel, because we feel like sometimes we're just swiveling because it's constant adjustment, and each business is different, but yet, trying to wear so many hats and provide the same service with maybe less employees, less funding, but the work is still coming. And so just making sure that we can talk to some really strong business owners that are making a difference in their community and continuing to do the business that they've always done, providing the same great service. And so we got some great ones for the month of April. And today I'm excited. Renee, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me, Wendy.
And we have to mention your husband, Steve. He's awesome too.
Woohoo!
But we know that you're the main leader, so we won't tell him that. He doesn't need to know. So we always like to start off with something fun. And we know that you have a birthday maybe coming up. When is your birthday?
My birthday is coming up on May 8th.
May! This is very
May
soon.
8th, yeah, less than a month away.
Well, I just read an article, about people, when is the best birthday month? And it talked about being successful and some other things, but guess what month it was?
It could be May because us Taurus folks really have a certain sense of drive, and it really brings it together.
Well, you are correct. Ding, ding, ding. You are the winner because, yes, May. I love May birthdays.
Special note for you, though. Steve's birthday is also in May. So we have two bowls in the same shop.
Yeah, you do.
It's either win-win or steer clear.
Yeah, exactly. Or walk away. Somebody's going to live through this. Well, that's so much fun. May is the best month. So how far apart birthdays?
Mine's on the 8th and Steve's is on the 17th. So we are the same age.
Oh, same age. Okay.
Whatever that number may be.
Whatever it may be. So we won't guess today, but later on we want to hear about how the birthdays were celebrated this year.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to hear. So, as we focus on business, you guys have been tremendous leaders in our community. No joke about that. You really have. And you and I spoke probably in the middle, towards the end, I guess it was around September last year, and you guys were making some great changes, great strides. You talked about how you were kind of going back to the initial starting of when you first started your business. So you knew what to do, but you were implementing some major changes, and I was like just completely blown away with how and everything that you were doing, everything that both of you guys had done, and we're continuing to give the great service because we're one of your customers. And I was just so impressed. So I was so glad that you could come on today and talk to the businesses about what you did and what you're doing now too, because we want our listeners to glean from you and learn some new techniques, some different strategies that maybe they haven't thought of in the past that they can implement now, outside of, getting funding and these kind of things are very important. But so we want to start with I want you to tell everyone how long you've been in business in Bedford County and what brought you here.
Interesting story. Steve and I are not from the area. He was actually getting ready to retire from the Army. So we were located at Fort Knox in Kentucky. And it was time to either decide he was going to get promoted and stick it out in the Army for, another 5-6 years, or we would look for something to get us out of the Army and retire us, I say with quotes, to Smith Mountain Lake. Ooh. So we had been stationed in Hampton Roads for many years and would come to vacation right here in Bedford County. So we were looking for a way to bring us here, knowing that we would have to do something. We couldn't just retire and live the life of
Luxury.
leisure.
Right.
So we were in search of, and somehow we came upon a Fast Signs franchise opportunity, and Lynchburg, that area, was available. So we looked into that a little more, and I had many skills being in performing arts and arts presenting and working with nonprofits over 20 to 25 years. And Steve, of course, has the regimented ability to follow a formula, which is what a franchise is. So they were very happy to have us, and we were very happy to have them. And together, we kind of remotely opened our Fast Signs location from Kentucky, picked up and moved to Lynchburg. So we're
That's
not
such a
local
great-
yet, but we live here.
That's such a great story. Well, we consider you local. We totally do. And you've just embraced the area and the folks and totally been such a pivotal part of our community. So absolutely, you can just know we consider you local.
Excellent.
So, but from a logistical business standpoint, how have your operations changed, during last year in the height of the pandemic to now?
Sure. We've been in business it'll be 6 years this July. So every year that we've been open, we were showing what I would consider record growth, both for a franchise and for a new business. So every year our sales were increasing, and along comes the pandemic, and not only are we needing to take care of ourselves a little differently, but all of our customers are. And we're a business to business type entity here. So anything that's impacting your business is also impacting my business. So COVID hits, everybody's closing or in quarantine and shut down. Our product lines, products that we were selling totally changed, totally shifted. We had been working with a lot of new businesses, people that are gearing up, people that are renovating or revitalizing what they have going on for their business. And with COVID coming along, all of a sudden I don't even know if we can be open, for most of our customers from their standpoint. So we saw our product line shift from, dimensional letters and channel letters and helping people develop a new business and their marketing plan to
COVID
I just need a
right?
sign that says I'm open, or that we deliver. So we worked with a lot of businesses early in the transition that were able to open on the early side. So a lot of those were restaurants that were able to at least start delivering and then communicating with people, because we can't walk into the business. So, we've got to have signage outside that people know that they can call for delivery, or you can get contactless pickup. So a lot of basic signage, which we would call, coroplast signs, banners, directional signs, this kind of thing, just to let people know that you're open.
Sure. And then for the PPP or PPE, making sure that everybody was masked and all those signs.
As all of that
everything.
developed, yes. So a lot of social distancing, customized social distancing, so that you're promoting your brand even while you're staying safe.
Sure. Yeah. And so you were able to do that so well. And tell us about, you mentioned being a franchise, which I know that you are. How did that make a difference, do you think, for a small business owner? And how impactful was that for you?
Sure. Our franchisor, Fast Signs National out of Texas, was very instrumental in staying ahead of the rest of the story. So they were very proactive. We had weekly conference calls with our CEO for Fast Signs National, just kind of letting us know what the trending is. That gave us years of experience to add to just Steve and I. I felt like we had a lot of support versus a small business, single owner, sole proprietor, or someone else that has a small local business. They may not have had that support initially, whereas I felt that we were ahead of the ball, both from what do I do with my team to how do I pivot my business truly. What do we need to focus on so that we can be providing the best services, the best products to help all of our clients continue to succeed in these new conditions? And then again with the PPP, they were right on top of, right in front of, urging us to make certain directional decisions. And of course, everything is our decision, but they were there to provide us with the information. I did some digging on my own, of course, because that's just the way I am. But it was presented to us early on so we could make strategic decisions, both for our team and for our business.
And you did it so well. And, because most businesses did have to furlough some, of their employees. And that was tough. But again, at least during that time, they knew that they would be taken care of as well.
Right. We did also. I mean, most of our team was furloughed.
What was your percentage, like, would you say, of employees that you need to furlough back then versus now?
We went from 7 full-time team members down to, I'm going to say, about 3 half-time during certain points of this. We wanted to, 1, be able to continue to support our customers and their needs, but 2, be able to operate safely within our team. So,
and now what do you have?
Now we are back up to, it had been 6 full time. So there was one position that we actually did not replace.
Bring back, okay. And that makes sense. Things change, as COVID and the pandemic has come through, and businesses are still changing and evolving and moving into where they need to according to their needs. So, but for you guys to still have 6 right now, I think that speaks volumes.
6, and I'm considering bumping that back up. I mean, the past probably 2 months, we've seen a lot of change and shift. So there have probably been, I'm going to say off the top of my head, at least 10 new businesses that we've worked with just in the past month. And that's people that are opening a new business right now.
It's so exciting.
Right now.
Bedford really is opening up and gaining some wonderful new businesses. It's very exciting here. So so you talked a lot about your team. So during all of this, how do you keep your team motivated, coming out of that into where you are now and energized?
Great question. We are a small team, which makes it really more like a family, dysfunctional though we may be at times. But we're all relatively close, and keeping everybody social distanced, and everybody has family and other components to their lives. It's more than just work. And so we've emphasized that, if you need to take care of something at home or with your family, go and take care of that. So we have flexible schedules for our team as needed. We've got, of course, motivational events that we do. We didn't have a Christmas party. We went to the clubhouse and played pool with our masks on.
There you go. Well, that was something, though. That's great because it keeps, great culture at work, I think, and lighthearted too.
Definitely.
In the midst of
We had an arm wrestling contest last Friday. It's turned into a Friday thing.
Oh, that's so great.
Depending on who has any energy left and who wants to bring it. So stop in.
And what did they win? I must know.
Bragging rights.
Just bragging rights. Okay, well, that's worth it, and you can make a sign for them monthly.
Who's on top this week?
Exactly. I love that. I may have to use that one.
Take it. It's yours.
Just for fun, because that's so great. Well, I love that motivation. So what makes your company stand out inside, and within the work culture? What makes your company stand out amongst the other businesses that are similar to yours?
Sure. It comes down to people, really, really an emphasis on people and great customer service. We've prided ourselves on providing stellar customer service. I'm not saying that it is 100% all the time because everybody's juggling, but, if something's not right, we will make it right because I want everybody to be happy. There's a component that comes with our business, with fast signs, that is kind of different, I believe, because I've not seen it in other sign and graphics companies, and that's our design center. You can literally come and visit us in our design center and see any type of signage or branding items that you may need. So if you stop in and visit us, we've got socially distanced space. So you can you walk in the front door and we've got our counter right there. You take 2 steps and you're good. It's almost like you're walking up to a bar. We are next to the
Everybody
ABC store.
Everybody knows your name.
Norm. So having that visual available for people that may not understand all the components to signage, I think is a huge benefit. Last year during our 5th anniversary year, I had kind of planned that we were going to do some open houses and some tours. There's some new equipment that we acquired during COVID that was kind of in the plan before all of this hit. So we're able to contour cut almost any material on site now. We're able to UV direct print, again, to almost any type of material. which really expands our in-house capabilities. So lots of good stuff. Stop in and see us.
I love hearing how businesses, now still are shifting and, being so innovative with what they're doing. That is actually motivational to other businesses as well. Just hearing, what are you doing different? What's working? What's not working? So speaking of that, what is the best advice that you can give other business owners that you feel has been a game changer for your business?
Probably the past 6 months, I have been working on streamlining our process. Whether that's with client contact, we still like to maintain our personal connection. But if you're calling to give me a credit card information, you can actually do that online now. So one of the things that I've found has saved a lot of time for us is enabling people to pay online. So we've got a link on our website. We've got a link that goes out with all of our invoices and whatnot. There are a few other components that I've not quite finalized yet, but online shopping will soon be available on our website. So e-commerce,
That's huge.
E-commerce is a good thing.
E-commerce is huge, and what a game changer, I would say, for sure, for anybody's business.
Definitely. Just the ability to put something in a shopping cart and check that box that allows them to move on to the next thing.
Sure.
And allows you to help them and support that.
Absolutely. Do you still, right now, do you feel that it's still a tough environment to hire employees, as you're, of course, seeking another one maybe at this point? Have you found any challenges there?
We talk to, all of our customers are businesses for the most part. So there are a lot of challenges out there. I know specifically food service entity and retail. They are finding a lot of challenges. Our staffing is a little more skilled and targeted. So we have not seen that, and across our industry, I would say we have not seen that. But I know that challenge is out there, and with the wage increase that's coming, it's coming up pretty quick here.
Right.
That will also start to impact things. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but you've got businesses out there that are already struggling and trying to find a way to make it happen, and then you're going to add this on top of the lower sales that everybody is already seeing.
Absolutely.
So choose wisely when you hire.
Yes, that is good advice. Everybody needs to know that, because truly, when you are, of course, May 1st, it's going to go up to $9.50. And then, of course, January, right after that, not even basically 6 months is what you can say. It's going to go up again, to 11. And so, yeah, there are challenges there for businesses. And you do want to hire people that are going to fit not only that job description, but in your work culture too.
Especially since we're small. I mean, it's really important for us to find somebody that will fit. And we've been really fortunate in terms of turnover. And anybody who's left our team along this almost 6 years, it's been for a family reason or something not work related. So that's been really positive for us.
Has there been anything that you would say for now that's current, 2021, a big challenge for you that you're facing right now in your business?
Right now, I would say it's a challenge for us to be able to predict what direction we're going to head in.
Right.
I mean, for real. So we went from, going full speed ahead leading up into March 2020. We were on track for our record year. To COVID, good times, and now seeing us come out of COVID, but not knowing how quickly are we coming out of COVID, which is why I said I might be thinking of hiring someone into the team because it's hard to see what direction everything is going into. So we've been going lean and mean for the past 6 to 8 months, not knowing if things are going to swing left or right, or maybe we're just going to go straight.
There you go. Right. It is hard because you almost need to see the future, and it's hard to do that. And so you just continue to, I think you're doing well because you are doing it lean and mean. And that's going to be beneficial for all around. And you've got a great team, and that's huge. That's the biggest part, I think, of the whole puzzle, keeping a business going and making sure that you have the right team and the right people in place. And so what's next for your business? How are you preparing for the future and, with all of these changes and challenges?
Sure. Next for our business, and we're going to continue to try and streamline. It's been all about how can we support our team? How can we support our clients? So in looking at our team, we've got 2 full-time skilled designers with us who also do production, and also one of them is more focused on certain types of installations. So that's fantastic. We've got another team member who in the past has really been mostly production and installation, and now we're cross-training him, Remington, woohoo,
Shout out
to be
Remington.
able to sell.
Yeah.
So, and he knows our product line, and so developing him a little further builds our team. So that's kind of what's on the horizon for us in the next 6 months. I think that's probably as far as we can look right now. Again, having added the additional machinery and equipment in-house to increase our capabilities, we haven't even had a chance to really promote what else we can do. So that's on the horizon. I have a big checklist.
Well, and I know you're going through it, and you're going to get it all done because you guys have such a great team, a great service for our community.
Thank you.
And we just appreciate you at the chamber, and I know the entire community of Bedford appreciates you, and beyond, because I know you serve beyond that area. But we appreciate you as a chamber member, and we look forward to everything else and anything and everything else that you have going forward, because we know it's going to be fabulous. So thank you again for being such a pivotal leader in Bedford. And we'll look forward to maybe getting you on our leadership team next year.
Oh my goodness, who has time for that? Oh,
I know, right? People that get it done. But thanks
awesome.
again.
Thank you for
having me.
having
I'm going to say happy birthday early.
Oh, thank you. Woohoo.
Take care.